Hey, setup crew. This is a team of 6 people in total, but three people that are communicating with each other. So we have John Wong, who will be the leader, the person who will delegate roles to get this moving for the setup of the venue. We've got John, we've got Siddha. You'll be the assist. You'll be helping John with any lifting and any direction that he gives. And then we have Nee, who represents my family. Okay, so in my family, I've got my father, my mother, my cousin, and then my niece Nee. So that's four plus you two. That gives a total of 6 people to do this setting up to help out set up the venue for me. So thank you. The task will be that John, Siddha, and everyone will hopefully be at the venue by 3 p.m. So notice here, I'm just going to move my mouse over here. So 3 p.m. John Siddha. Now, initially, the flower wall was going to be in my father's car, so he would have driven my car with the flower wall. But Stacey and I probably are able now to drop off the flower wall at the venue the night before. So it means that the venue will have the flower wall. Okay, so when you guys are there, first task, I'm just going to go to OneNote. Think of this as the venue. That's the floor plan, by the way, and you can find that in WhatsApp. I will make sure it's in WhatsApp for you. So there's a border here. This is the road. So that's the road. There is an entrance down here somewhere. So that's your road, and the entrance, cars will then, you can turn in. And to the right, there are 4 parking spaces that are reserved. Now, one's for John, one's for Nee or my family, one's for Stacey's family, so father, and then one's my car. Okay, so Siddha, you'll probably have to turn to the left instead, and just on the side here or anywhere around here should have parking, but find parking, and the aim is to meet at the entrance here. Okay, now we're in the garden room, so connect with each other at that point to speak, to catch up. But your first task is the flower wall. So the flower wall comes in 2 pieces. So you can see here, one on the left, one on the right. Where do we plan on setting this flower wall? So it's going to look something like this. There's going to be a pillar here. So as soon as you come in, this is the entrance. You'll go to the right, and this part here, there is separated by a pillar. Okay, so that pillar there, this is the pillar. You'll put the left flower wall and the right flower wall there. Okay, see if you can turn on the lights. So notice they have lights here. There is a little turn on button in this little box on the back of each one. So see if you can find it. It looks like that one, exactly like that, but it's just hidden on the back. See if you can turn it on to see what it looks like, if it looks nice or not. It's just turning on the lights. May look good, may not. You guys decide, but I'll let John do the final say. Okay, so essentially that's what you're going to be setting up as your first task. You'll be setting up the flower wall. Now, it doesn't take 6 people to set up that flower wall, so I'm going to get you guys to give each other roles on what to do. Probably maybe Siddha and John, you guys will be doing the flower wall there, and if you guys can direct for my parents to and Nee and cousin to just set up the corner table over here. This is the guest book area. So when people come in, there's a photo booth over here, and what they can do is once they take a photo, they'll come back up here and they can put their Polaroids and glue them into the guest book. Okay, so we just need to set up the table with those instructions. Now, where do you find that, or the tools to set up? There's a box. This is the label of the box. Notice it says guest book and pens and Polaroids, Mr. and Mrs. Sign plus candlelight. It's this box is labeled as package 10 out of 10. Okay, so that's the one that you'll be looking for, and that's the only box you need, really. Okay, so this is the setup. This is what it will look like. Keep in mind, this is someone else's wishing well, so our wishing well would look a bit different, which I don't know. Imagine this was gone. Okay, imagine this silver box is gone. But what you will definitely have is that you will have the photo frames on each side. You have the Polaroids set up, so there are 4 of them. Set up where the pens, wherever you like, and the guest book will be right at the front. Okay, notice that the Mr. and Mrs. sign, there is a candle that's just sitting, a fake candle that's lit up there. And that's all you got to set up. So the wishing well could very well sit on the table, but if it's too big, put it on the floor. So it could be somewhere down here. Okay, so I'm going to leave that as your discretion for the team to figure out. But that's 6 people to set up 1 flower wall and 2 the guest table. Okay, so you have from 3 o'clock once you guys meet, and from 3 all the way to 4:15 before I come around and I'll get ready at the ceremony. Okay, if you've done that, so I'm assuming that takes about half hour. So say you finish around 3:30 or 3:40 latest, then these 4 would have been done. Now the wishing well, the welcome sign and table seating chart, I'm not sure if Leonda's setting that up. I know that there's going to be an easel, so they'll give us 2 easels. So let's say it looks like this and like that. And one of them, you'll carry the table seating chart. They can fit 2, so 2 times seating chart. And then there's 1 for a welcome sign. Now, I'm going to leave that for you guys to decide where you think that is best seated. It could be that seating chart is here, and then maybe the welcome sign is over here. It's up to you. You decide what you think looks best. Again, consult with the team, and John will be the final say. Okay, so that is what your task is. Now, once you've completed that, the last task that I'd like you all to help me out with is to double check in that time, the caterers should be from the kitchen. They'll be distributing bomboneries and place cards, right? I just want you to just walk around, just have a look if it's looking good, if they need any questions or they need any help. It's just a bit of a checkup just to see if they're all okay. Okay, how it should look like. So I've got a photo down here, and again, it's all in the WhatsApp. So each table should have a centerpiece. Okay, so it's just a flower. They would have popped it on. There is a right here. Sorry, I should have found a different one, but that there should be a candle base. And the number sits on top. So it's a table number. Okay. That's probably a bad angle. I'm going to find another picture and put in WhatsApp. And then each one has a bombonary and then a place card. Okay. So it kind of looks like this. That's your bombonary. And then that's your place card. Okay. So just check that it's got that sort of look to it. The napkins, how it's folded, it will be looking slightly different. That's okay. The main idea is to have centerpiece, table number, place card, and bomboneries. That's it. Okay? So once you've surveyed that and it all looks good, then your final task, if you can help John, at 4:15, I'm guessing that's when the guests would arrive, and I would also be outside. So this is where the ceremony is going to be. Okay, so you guys can actually walk out this way, or you can walk from the outside and come through. Now, on the outside here, we would like guests to receive some bubble tubes. Okay, so the reason why they're going to get bubble tubes, not all of them are going to get them. There's about 80, and I know there's about 113 guests, but the bubble tubes and the bubble guns, okay, the guns that you can use is for when we exit. So at the end of our ceremony at 5:15ish, we'll be walking. So bride and groom will walk down the aisle, and people then can blow bubbles along the way, and that will be captured by the photographers. So as long as you can distribute that to members when they come through, so as they come through, if they can get bubbles and at each end, we've got 8 of these bubble guns, so maybe each end someone's given a bubble gun. So John will direct this. Just follow John's lead. John understands what I'm sort of mentioning here. So let him lead. But essentially, your goals to help us out is the guest table, the flower wall, and just double check 2 things. Is the welcome sign and table seating chart okay? And whether the place cards and bomboneries, whether there's any issues. You have from 3 to 4:15. Okay, so thank you, team. That's let me know if you need any more clarifications, but that's essentially the plan. So have a look at your role delegation link that I've sent. I'm updating them as well. Maybe before you print on the day, just or if you have it on your phone, just make sure it's the live version so that you can check the updates. Okay, thanks, team.